Tesla's story in India has been more like a stalled engine than a roaring electric debut, despite all the years of headlines, high level meetings, and hopeful tweets. Yes, the Indian government finally did slash import duties on premium EVs from a staggering 110% to a much friendlier 15%, but that wasn't enough. Because for Tesla, this is not just about taxes. It is about suppliers, standards, scale, and most importantly, timing. And here's the thing: India wants Tesla badly. Prime ministers have courted the company, officials have tweaked policies, and showrooms are being prepared. And yet, 8 years after the Model 3 opened bookings in India, those cool looking cars are still nowhere on our roads. Buyers are cancelling, Tesla's Indian leadership is quitting, and what we are left with is a glimmer of a brand and a showroom that has not opened yet. So, what is really happening here? Why does Tesla move at lightning speed in Shanghai but crawl when it comes to Mumbai? Today, we look at the messy love story between India and Tesla, the deals, the delays, and the dilemma. Welcome to Daybreak, a business podcast from the Ken. I'm your host Nigda Sharma, and I don't chase the news cycle. Instead, every day of the week, my colleague Rahel Philippos and I will come to you with one business story that is worth understanding and worth your time. Today is Monday, the 2nd of June. Let's start with what Tesla wants. It's not just about importing cars. It is about building a base, an ecosystem. Tesla's factories depend on local suppliers who meet very, very high standards. Battery cells, semiconductors, sensors, control units, the works. And India is not quite there yet. According to industry experts, EV manufacturing is not like electronics. The automotive value chain is massive, the third longest after semiconductors and aviation. So even if India is eager, it is going to take years to build what Tesla needs. And that is not the only problem. Tesla's signature models, premium sedans, are kind of out of sync with India's evolving taste. It's all about crossovers and SUVs over here. Sedans? Maybe not so much. And even if Tesla launches its Model Y, it will be facing off against heavyweights like Mahindra, Kia, BMW, and even local luxury EVs which are priced way below Tesla's tag. Meanwhile, Elon Musk's habit of making big promises and slow deliveries is not helping either. Back in 2016, Tesla launched Model 3 globally and opened bookings in India. At least 50 wealthy Indians put down deposits. People like Paytm's Vijay Shekhar Sharma and GOQII's Vishal Gondal. 8 years later, still no car. Gondal even cancelled his booking and bought an Audi. And Tesla is only now returning those deposits. The company says that it will reconnect with buyers once it finalizes Indian plans. But that might take another 3 to 5 years. And until then, the strategy is low risk. A couple of showrooms in big cities. And the first one is in Mumbai's upscale Bandra Kurla complex, right next to India's first Apple store. Over 2 crore rupees in security deposit and 35 lakh rupees in monthly rent. But behind all the glitz, Tesla's India team is shrinking. Its head Prashant Menon resigned this May. Others, including top HR and directors, have quit over the last year. No replacement so far. Tesla China, meanwhile, is now overseeing India ops. And those 35 open roles that Tesla is hiring for in India, they are mostly for sales and support, not for engineering or for leadership. So, what is the real plan? Import some vehicles, source a few from Germany, maybe a few from China, though that is tricky. India and China aren't exactly cozy right now, as we all know. So, what does Tesla need in India to finally shift gears? Stay tuned to find out. Let's zoom out a little bit. The global EV scene is kind of booming. In 2024, EVs made up more than 20% of global car sales. And China is leading with half their car sales being electric. India, meanwhile, is just 2.5%. And Tesla doesn't even make budget EVs. Most EVs sold in India today are under 20 lakh rupees, and Tesla is far above that. Even luxury EVs in India are struggling. That segment, which starts at about 50 lakh rupees, is only 1% of all luxury cars sold in this country. For example, in April, total luxury EV sales were just 250 units. Hyundai's iconic 5, meanwhile, sold just 16 cars. Mercedes down to 40% month over month. So, where does Tesla fit? Earlier this year, it imported Model Y SUVs for testing on Indian roads. These came from Germany. And if India's trade deal with the EU goes through, import costs could drop, making German made Teslas more affordable in the country. Right now, India's new EV import policy allows up to 8,000 vehicles annually at 15% duty, but only if the company invests over $500 million and commits to local sourcing. That is Tesla's chance, but it is a narrow window. Even if it chooses to manufacture locally, it will not be easy. Because unlike Apple, Tesla's needs are very complex. Auto supplies in India aren't yet up to Tesla's standards. Many would need to upgrade technology, absorb massive capex, and meet tight tolerances. Still, Tesla is sniffing around. It is reportedly talking to the Tatas, especially Tata Autocomp, which already makes battery packs with Chinese partner Gotion. In fact, Gotion is said to have had a deal with Tesla to produce 200 gigawatts of battery cells by 2028. That is enough for 500,000 cars annually. Tesla could also lean on other Apple suppliers in India, companies like CG Power and Micron, to build out its supply chain. But all of that takes time. Musk moved really fast in China, 168 days from permit to operational factory. But that speed came with help: cheap land, tax breaks, loans, and zero tariffs. India, meanwhile, as we all know, is a whole different story. So, I guess we could say that Tesla is still exploring. But exploring is a long way from committing. And even if Model Y is launched at 60 lakh rupees thanks to reduced duty, it is entering a market dominated by Mahindra, BMW, Volvo, Kia, and Mercedes. These brands already have a local component base. For Tesla to really stand out, it needs more than just a competitive price. It needs infrastructure, charging, servicing, support, and it needs affordability and volume. Because in India, premium is not enough. To scale, you have to go mass. But until then, Tesla might be here, but it will not be homegrown.
Daybreak is produced from the newsroom of The Ken, India's first subscriber-focused business news platform. What you're listening to is just a small sample of our subscriber-only offerings. A full subscription unlocks daily long-form feature stories, newsletters, and podcast extras. To subscribe, head to theken.com and click on the red subscribe button on top of the Ken website. Today's episode was hosted by Snigdha Sharma and edited by Rajiv CN.